West basically has to finish ahead of Noah Wicklow and he wins the championship.
Yes, or no, Wicklow has to finish ahead of Ollie West.
Yes, whoever finishes.
It is advantage Ollie West because he is starting 8 places ahead of him on the grid.
And that carburettor issue that Noah Wicklow ground to a halt in that first superheat, I think you called it, Nick. You said that's cost him a championship.
It might still not if he can pull this off.
It's a big ask. But yes, I agree. It's, you can't stop trying. And I know Noah will not stop trying. Here we go.
There's going to be plenty of nerves for these kids, that's for sure.
It's a standing start, remember. We've got...
They're revving the cars up because what they're trying to do is warm the clutches.
These are on the all-weather LeConte tyres, meaning they're treaded. One set of treaded tyres for the whole season.
We saw Will Wainwright's tyres yesterday. They didn't look particularly worn, did they?
No, incredible.
Well, there's no weight on them, is there?
That's it. I suppose that is true, yes.
I think that's probably an issue, lack of weight on them.
Yeah, so you do get we were told that brand new tyres are not the quickest tyre to have. Slightly well-worn tyres are the tyre to have. That's understandable. The rubber softens up, doesn't it, with use. We're about to release the Bambinos towards the grid. The parents and helpers will make their way round to the start-finish straight where they will see their kids again on the grid. Let's see how this is going to pan out, the Nick.
Wow,
I'm pretty sure that's more than a...
Victory. Victory
yeah,
is
that's
his.
A massive victory, yes. Yeah, that's just a little bit of a personal contest there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, bragging rights at the pub.
Pub-based bragging rights are always fun. You're pointing at something, I have no idea what it is.
The timing bar.
Yeah?
In the middle of the track. Maybe.
That's just a fixed held shot.
Is it?
That wasn't even on the shot. That was just that's resting. That was a resting shot.
Oh, okay.
You are. I love it when you start trying to direct.
I'll stay in my lane. That is incredible championship standings going into this final round. Into this final race, actually, not the final round. The actual final race. Incredible. Incredible to think that after four rounds going into the last race of the season, it's down to just 1 point between these two drivers.
One solitary point.
Incredible.
Just the rest of the order, by the way, it's Will Wainwright is in 4th in the championship. Calvin Simon is in 5th. Henry Howes is in 6th. Benjamin Silva is in 7th. And Jesse Bowers is in 8th.
So we've got the Bambinos. We've got the Bambinos. And remember that they are just Gazburi's workings out. They are provisional workings out. I've got to stress that.
Things cannot get more provisional than Gazburi's workings out.
Provisional. But we're in the entertainment business, so we like to build tension. That was Dan Ashton's clear grid horn.
Dan's horn.
Clearing the grid there. Easy to see how that process takes place.
So on the inside of row 5 is Noah Wicklow. On the inside of row 1, therefore in pole, is Ollie West.
You can see how much Wicklow is wanting to get on with this. The 5-second board is there. We stay with the lights. The lights will go out and we will be racing. Heading towards us now. And look at that, Ollie West chopping across Henry Hills.
Terrible start.
He has. He's down the order. He's down to 4th.
5th. He's had an awful start.
And who's that just behind him? It's Wicklow. Noah Wicklow onto the rear bumper almost of Ollie West. He's got to get past the number 19, is it?
To roll. He's one back, I think, Wicklow. So they come down the straight, and we need to get. It'll be hard to get. No, I think Henry Heltz actually did start in first. He was that good.
That's Wicklow and Ollie West there. So the third green helmet you can see there, that's Ollie West, and then that's Noah Wicklow in the red and white cart. That is your championship battle, everybody.
So Ollie West, that difficult start, and then you kind of think it may have been slightly mechanical, has thrown away the entirety of his lead just to make it better for us.
Yes, it seems that. Now then, whoever finishes ahead of one another will take the championship. What's the gap between first and second points?
5.
5 points. Let's just confirm that, Gaz. 1 lap completed. There's a floppy. It's Benjamin Shivar's bumper, I can see. So that number 78 there is Benjamin Shivar, who is going for the lead.
Shivar in the lead.
Shivar in the lead. Now, he is the Warden Law Kart Club spring champion, is young Benjamin, and he really has been nowhere this weekend in this field, but here we are, and he leads out of the second chicane and heading down towards the elbow. He looks over his right shoulder, but no, Ben, they're over your left shoulder and into the lead, and there is Wicklow. Wicklow into third place, and he's ahead of Ollie West. Shivar being moved across to the left, and Shivar now down to fourth place, as into the lead has gone, I think that's Logan Hodgetts, is it? Let's find out as they cross the line. I think it's Hodgetts that's gone into the lead, and that's Will Wainwright. Hodgetts, Wainwright, Wicklow, Hales, West, Shivar down to 6 by the time they come through. Hendrik Fallat, Jess Bailey, Nico Veselovsky, Arthur Bowers 10th, John Stevens, Jack Swong, Freddie Purnell, Brady Atkin, Riley Atkins, Aston Wilkins, Wraith Owen, Max Centelay and Santo Amico rounds off the 18-cart field, but this is a battle for the lead with 3 carts now. Logan Hodgetts, Will Wainwright and Noah Wicklow. Into second has gone Wicklow, ahead of Hodgetts. He gets his head down. Incredible that Noah Wicklow started down the grid, and he goes for the lead on the inside of Wainwright, and he takes the lead, and he becomes the champion-elect from that race position with 7 minutes of this championship to go. If it was tennis, it would be championship point to play for with 7 minutes remaining. Noah Wicklow, I bet his dad's heart is in his mouth. They had a carburettor issue that came to bear and manifested itself in the first of the superheats. That put him down the grid for the final. But look at this, Nick. He's worked his way to the front in very ever-efficient style. And the driver going with him is Will Wainwright.
Yes. No, it's amazing stuff in Wicklow, really. I mean, he was in this position championship-wise because of no fault of his own with that carburettor issue. So in many ways, it's kind of like a bit of a, I don't know what you say. It's motor racing's like that, really.
Motor racing's like that,
isn't it? But you say
it?
that you get motor racing fairy tales. We had one at Silverstone last weekend. You know, you have those sort of things can happen occasionally.
This is incredible. I bet I've just said there, Nick, I bet Noah's dad, his heart is in his mouth. He's the bloke that keeps pulling you up for calling him Wilco, by the way.
Wicklow. I'd like to point out that a certain G. Bury called him Wilco the whole time.
He did. He got tired yesterday afternoon, did Gaz. Battle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Ollie got
6.
himself into third.
Yes, there in 6th place is Benjamin Shivar, the rear end of that number 78.
Yeah.
And then...
So Ollie's in third. It's not... we're not even halfway yet.
Not over yet, is it? 5.5 minutes remaining.
And it's Will Wainwright really pushing hard behind him. What can he do in this Coma C50 final?
He's sat there in his wheel tracks, isn't he? Will Wainwright is quite happy to sit there, follow Noah Wicklow around into the second chicane. Wicklow not pulling away though.
No, it's interesting. He gets the front, but I think the slipstream is just too strong. But there is now a big gap between Wainwright and third place West. So it's all the W's, 1, 2 and 3, Wicklow, Wainwright and West. But West is in third and he needs to find a way of bridging that gap to the top 2 or his championship chance will have gone and Noah will have taken it.
Here we go then, out of Beavers. We're at half distance. Wicklow leads across the line, 5 laps completed. Wainwright second, Ollie West third. 4th is Hodgetts, Henry Hales 5th, Benjamin Shivar 6th, Hendrix Fallat next up, Nico Veselovsky, Arthur Bowers, John Stevens rounds off that top 10, and outside the top 10, Freddie Purnell, Jack Swong, Jesse Bailey, Brady Atkin, Wraith Owen, Riley Aston Wilkins, Max Centelay, Santo Amico and Calman Simon dropping out on lap 2 for Calman.
Now I think the 1, 2, 3 are slightly closer. In fact, what's happening is Ollie West is dragging Logan Hodgetts with him. It's the fastest part of the circuit, almost that left-hand corner through the elbow.
It's very fast, yeah.
But yeah, definitely closer now. So definitely West has closed that gap slightly on Will Wainwright. Wainwright easy to see in that bright yellow car. Right,
yeah. If anything, Ollie West's just edging away from Logan Hodgetts and just latching onto the back of Will
Wainwright. Yeah, he can pick up the slipstream from Wainwright.
Fastest lap of the race, 60.88 seconds. First of the drivers into the 60-second mark has gone Ollie West.
Yeah, it's all,
forgot to mention who
on
earth
now.
I was talking about there.
I knew it was. It's all or nothing now, really. But is Wainwright going to think about putting him on Wilco is the question.
Well, he's 6 years old, Will Wainwright. The lad on that bright yellow kart is 6 years old. Noah Wicklow getting to the end of his Bambino journey.
Old. He's just an ancient ancient. He's 9 in January. He's like past it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wainwright will only have one speed, really, and he wants to take the win.
Yeah.
Will won round one, remember. What a way of bookending your championship.
And that was the very wet round,
your season.
It was wet, very wet at Wilson Mill. Well, wet then dry, wasn't it? Then wet again, and then dry.
It's not over, Nick. You said that earlier. Wicklow, Wainwright, and then Ollie West right there. Bumper to bumper, first, second and third. Hodgetts, Hales, Shiva still behind, but these three are breaking away now from the karts behind them. That's a pair of 3 kart trains we've got. And Ollie West takes a different line and just comes out of the hook hairpin now with massive momentum.
You can see he's got 2 minutes 24 now. He would have seen about 2.5 minutes under the banner. That means because it's a minute a lap, it's going to take them. They've got about 3 laps really to do something, anything.
The 2-minute bell is what I call it.
The 2-minute
bell.
Definitely the top two have pulled away slightly from West that lap. By slightly, I mean a yard or a metre. Sorry, but Wainwright.
2 minutes is when we usually see sort of people begin to think, right, I've been sat here now. I know where the weak points are. I know where my advantages are, so I'm going to have a go. And Wainwright, if anything, he's been sat in the wheel tracks, literally in the wheel tracks of Noah Wicklow. As they head towards the first chicane. Still no attempt from Wainwright to make a move there.
He's got a problem because West has now got up behind him and he's going to get the benefit of the pure slipstream. And West knows he has to make a move really quickly.
That's the battle for 4, 5 and 6 there. This is the battle for the lead, though. This is the one we will focus on for the next just over a minute, because this is where the championship's happening. Noah Wicklow leads the race and leads the championship. There was 1 point in it, we estimate. Our estimations, Gasbury and I worked it through. We estimate 1 point between Ollie West, that green kart in third place, and that red and black kart in first. So at the moment,
dropped off. West
he
has
has.
dropped off, and they're going to get. They've got 2 laps to go. West has dropped off. Will Wainwright looking like the man who might be able to make the move on Wicklow.
Oh, my heart would be in my mouth if that was my kid at the front of this field. Will Wainwright, he's got nothing to lose. He just wants the win. He just wants the round win. Wicklow's got a championship to lose. And look at how close Wainwright is, almost together, bumper to bumper. And here comes Ollie West. He's back in the throw, isn't he? All it takes is for these two to trip one another over. And we will have a change. They are about to go into their final lap next time by. They will get the 1 lap to go board. Is that going to be a lap too far for the result of not just this race but this championship? Wicklow jumps up in the seat. He wants that engine to pick up a little bit better out of Ashton's. Wainwright absolutely all over the back end of Wicklow now.
West a bit closer.
And West is catching them through Beavers. 1 lap to go. Final lap is what the digiboard says. Oh, here we go. And Wicklow's defending, and West coming at Wainwright. They all sort themselves out in a fashion. And Wainwright pulling alongside Wicklow. This is going to allow Ollie West in the green kart as well. They all turn into the hook. Out of the hook. It's a drag race down to the second chicane. Wicklow leading, Wainwright, West. They are absolute. So close you could pitch a tent over those 3 karts. And Wicklow defends into the second chicane. Wainwright slots in behind. West likewise. They're out of that one. They've only got 4 or 5 more corners left, depending on how you play it. Into and out of the elbow. Down towards Ashton's. Ollie West coming back at Wainwright. They're still first, second and third. Wicklow, Wainwright and West. into the arena. The three W's. Wainwright pulls alongside Wicklow, but it's going to be Wicklow who hangs on to this lead through Beavers and will take the checkered flag. He will take the win in round 5, and from our provisional estimations, he will be the C50 Bambino champion for 2024 with the merest of gaps there in the points table. Behind this three-way championship battle, Wicklow, Wainwright and West, was Benjamin Shivar, who came through from 6th and will finish just off the podium for Benjamin.